I will explain about the employment opportunities. So this is the most important thing of any student. So after their program, be it bachelor's, master's, or PhD, what will they will do? So that is most important. So as we know that in India, frankly speaking, it's little difficult to get a good job after getting your bachelor's or master's or PhD. So, but compared to Taiwan, it's much easier to get jobs after your program. So basically, I'll briefly go through about those good companies or good opportunities that mostly Indian students prefer. Then top companies, so few Taiwanese companies as well as few global companies which have a good footprint in Taiwan. I'll briefly go through about those things. Then important one is that program and universities. So which are different programs generally Indian students prefer to study in Taiwan, and which are good universities once Indian students should try for. Then what will be the estimated cost for bachelor students, for master students, and PhD students? So as you know that in everywhere, be it in India or outside India, the cost for bachelor students is much higher compared to master students and PhD students. In masters and PhD students, mostly students study with their scholarship. But in bachelors, in India, it's very difficult to get scholarship. But in Taiwan, most of the Indian students, in fact, all of the Indian students, they study with some kind of scholarship. So that is basically my experience of last 5 years. Basically, I'm staying in Taiwan in last 5 years. I have completed my PhD here in Taiwan. Before that, I completed my bachelor's and master's in India, one of IITs, old IITs. So I have fair understanding between Indian education system and Taiwan education system. So I can briefly compare between Taiwan and India. Then one of the important thing is that scholarship opportunities, because as you know that particularly for bachelor's studies, it's little costly affair. So one students must try for different kind of scholarships. So Taiwanese government as well as few Taiwanese companies, they provide scholarship for all students, foreign students as well as Taiwanese students. So I would suggest to try for those scholarships. Then the timeline for fall and spring semester. So basically in Taiwan, generally students intake takes place in 2 semesters. Fall semester, fall means that semester which starts from September, and spring semester means that's a semester which starts from February. So in both semesters, students can take enrollment. So now coming to the first one, that is employment opportunities. So as I briefly go through previously, that compared to India, in Taiwan, it's much easier to get a job. So all Indian students, they get job or they pursue higher studies after their study. For example, most of the Indian students, they come here in Taiwan for master's study. So after their master's, 2 years or two and half years of their masters, so most of the students, they joined in different companies. uh, Many of them, they try for PhD. Mostly they try for PhD in US or Europe or Singapore based on their ability and research interest. So whatever it is, it's relatively easier to get good job in Taiwan compared to India. So these are different screenshot which I have taken from a general authentic source. These are the different newspaper of Taiwan, like Focus Taiwan. They mentioned that Taiwan unveils plan to train 25,000 international professionals annually. Other also, Taiwan eyes easing talent shortage because in Eastern Asia, East Asian countries like Taiwan, Singapore, Korea, South Korea, and Japan, particularly these four countries, they are facing problem with talent shortage. So that's why they are inviting lots of foreign students to come here to study. Even during studies, they will provide scholarship, a good amount of scholarship, so that students need not take money or need not take loan from banks and those things. Basically, they are providing a good amount of scholarship. So after that, after study, they will join in different companies of Taiwan. So that is basically a plan and policy of Taiwanese government. So I think it will be better to go through these documents, these news by yourself, so that you will have a better understanding. Another point is that Taiwan government, they are targeting almost 300,000 international students by 2030 to meet talent shortage. And one survey was done that most of the international students, more than 86% students, they prefer to stay in Taiwan rather than going back to India. And I have found that in last 5 years or so, all of the Indian students, they prefer to stay in Taiwan rather than going back to India, because here in Taiwan it's easier to get job compared to India. Also, Taiwanese government, they allow visa extension up to 2 years after graduation to start job. That means, suppose after graduation you are not getting job, so Taiwanese government will provide 2 years of visa, so that in those 2 years you will get job. But whatever my experience is that after completing graduation, every Indian students, they get job within 6 months. So, so that is basically Taiwanese government is helping students, but Indian students is generally good in study, so they get easy job after getting their graduation. Now, the companies which basically recruit Indian students. So Indian students generally, they are not aware about Taiwanese systems or Taiwanese companies. But please remember it correctly. Taiwanese companies are very famous worldwide, like TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. This is worldwide uh, one of the most or top in their class for semiconductor fabrication unit. Foxconn is also one of the best in their class. MediaTek. So basically, these TSMC, Foxconn, MediaTek, they all are semiconductor based company. MediaTek is semiconductor design company, whereas TSMC is they fabricate semiconductor different kind of chips, and Foxconn, they assemble different kind of electronics component to make iPhone or different other gadgets. Other companies like foreign, Apple, Google, Nvidia. Nvidia is very popular in Taiwan, because the CEO or the president of that Nvidia, they are Taiwanese. He is Taiwanese. So basically, in India, whatever I found, that if any students get job in Apple or Google or Nvidia, it becomes a big news. But in Taiwan, it's very normal. Many Indian students, they are working in Apple or Google, Nvidia, Lam Research, ASML. So these are very common in Taiwan. It's not a big deal. So my point is that in Taiwan, it's relatively much easier to get these jobs in this company compared to India. Now, these are different program and universities. So this is the list for bachelor students. So I will not go through each and every universities, but I can say that there are more than 10 universities. They offer different courses for bachelor students. But one important thing is that many of these universities, they may not open intake in spring semester, but still significant numbers of good Taiwanese students, they will take intake Indian students or international students in spring 26, because I think you all are trying for spring 26. Spring 26 means February 26. Before that, there is one semester, that is fall 25. Fall 25 means September 25. So that timeline is already closed. So you cannot apply for those things. You have to apply for spring 26. So among these universities, they basically starts application in July or August. So in this July or August, they will start opening their portal. In that portal, you can apply. So basically, our input will be that to find out the best universities for you. For example, NTU is the best university in Taiwan. So it's very difficult to get admission. So if you don't have good academic result, good TOEFL or IELTS marks, it will be very difficult to get admission here. But other universities like NTHU, NCKU, these are also very good. So they don't have competition in that level. So based on your academic profile and the opportunities, we will decide the which university will be good for you, and you also will be notified that this university will be better for you to try. After all, you have to decide that whether you should apply for this university or you need to apply for that university. It's totally based upon you. If you don't want to apply in that university, it's fine, but we will suggest 3 or 4 universities for you that will be good for getting job at the end of your bachelor's, and it will be easier to get admission. Look, there are two things. One is what is the opportunities after getting program. It's not only just admission. You will get admission in any universities, any XYZ universities. Those universities will not be good. So after getting your bachelor's degree, you will not get anywhere with a good job. So better you should try for one university. That will be easier to get admission, as well as it will be helpful for you to get a good job after your graduation. So please remember it. And similarly for program for masters and PhD, for masters and PhD, these all universities will be opened in both semesters, spring semester and fall semester. So masters and PhD students, those who are basically trying for masters and PhD, they should not worry about that which university you should apply. Now, another important points, that is estimated cost. So this is the cost for English taught bachelor's program. So whatever generally Indian students come here in Taiwan as an English taught program. So basically in Taiwan there are two kind of program. One is Chinese taught program, and another one is English taught program. Chinese taught program Indian students don't prefer because they don't have any knowledge about Chinese. But Indian students generally good in English. That's why they prefer English taught. So these are basically total approximate cost per semester. For example, NTU Taipei, this is very good university. Worldwide rank is 68. So in one or two university in India, like IISc Bangalore or maybe IIT Bombay, they will have this kind of rank. So basically, you can compare this kind of university with compared to Indian university. For example, NTU can be compared with IISc Bangalore. NTU can be compared with IIT Bombay or IIT Delhi, because if you compare the worldwide rank wise. Another important thing is that in India, getting admission in IIT Bombay or IIT Delhi or in any old IIT is very, very difficult. Very, very difficult, as all you know. But here in NTHU or NISU, NCQ, they are almost similar like old IIT, but getting admission is much, much easier compared to IIT. So that is the advantage of studying in Taiwan. Also, if you consider total approximate cost, so this cost is almost similar like top IITs, even lesser than top IITs. This is approximate total cost. Total cost means including food, accommodation, tuition fee, and this is basically without scholarship. So last three column is column A. This is the total cost if you don't have any scholarship. That means if you don't have any scholarship, you need to pay that much of amount, including all costs. But good students, they generally get 100% tuition waiver and monthly stipend. Monthly stipend depends upon their academic record. So if you have that kind of scholarship, you don't need to pay any amount, because that cost, semester cost and other cost, will be beared by your scholarship amount. And number C, that is basically um, if, if you have scholarship, that is 50% tuition waiver. So there are basically three kind of scholarship scenario. One is 50% tuition waiver, and another is 100% tuition waiver, and another one is 100% tuition waiver plus monthly stipend. So this type of scholarship every Indian students they get. So basically, if you get this scholarship, you need to pay this much amount of money, Indian rupees. These all are Indian rupees per semester. So this is approximate cost. So exact cost maybe 5-10% up and down, so based on which city or which environment you are staying. So basically, Indian students prefer in two degree. One is engineering. Engineering means mostly Indian students prefer computer science or semiconductor or electronics related field. Now they are also trying for data science and AI. Another popular program is that global business. That is basically similar to our BBA, Bachelor's in Business Administration. So both this degree, the duration is 4 years. So basically, we will share this PPT to you, and later if you have any questions or any suggestions or anything, then you can ask us. Then the different kind of scholarship which are available for bachelor's, masters and PhD. So famous or most renowned scholarship is MOU scholarship. But the thing is that it is only applicable for fall semester. That means as you will apply for spring 26, you will not be eligible for this one. Similarly for MOOCA, you will not be applicable for this one. But mostly for spring semester, university scholarship is there. That means university will provide their own scholarship. So every semester, spring, be it fall, you will have that opportunity to apply. So don't worry about that scholarship. Whatever the scholarship you will be eligible, you should apply for that one. And another important thing is that in fall semester, generally most of the intake is being done. That is why the opportunities and number of scholarship in fall semester is much higher compared to spring. As you will target for spring 26, so please focus only on university scholarship thing. Then timeline. So this is basically a timeline for fall semester. So I will basically skip it because I will not consider for fall. You are more worried about spring semester. So this is basically our suggested timeline that generally the admission will start in Feb. So before Feb, almost 8 to 12 months ago, you need to research about universities and programs. So which universities you should target or programs. So if you basically we will suggest, or if you want, we will also consider those universities and program for you. Then we need to contact for advisors or professors. So this is basically for masters and PhD students, but it's not necessary for bachelor students. But for bachelor students, most important is that this one, TOEFL or IELTS. So that basically it is called medium of instruction. So medium of instruction, as you are choosing English, so you need to provide one documents that basically suggests that you are good in English. So that documents ideally should be TOEFL or IELTS. But if you don't have TOEFL or IELTS, even if you are suppose completed your school in CBSE, ICSE, or even state medium board, your school principal can provide one certificate that basically will written that you have completed your higher secondary with English as a second language or first language, whatever it is. That certificate is also applicable. But ideally, if you have TOEFL or IELTS score, it's very easy to get a admission as well as scholarship. So please remember it. Then generally in August to September, in this period, we need to submit your applications. So application means two applications. One is admission, as well as the second one is for scholarship. Then in October, November, you need to attend for interviews. So good universities, they will arrange interviews, particularly for masters and PhD students. Then generally in November and December, you will be notified with acceptance letter. Then December or January, you need to apply for visa, and February your program will start. So that is basically a general brief idea about different timeline. So this timeline may shift slightly here and there based on different universities requirement. And another important is that admission in and scholarship opportunities in spring semester is less than fall semester, but you should not worry about this one. So that is basically it. So if anyone has any questions or thing, yeah, please ask.
Yeah, if anyone have any question, so anyone have any question, you can ask it. So do you? Yeah,
Yes, Srishara.
yeah. Okay. So
Sir,
before, can
this
you
is
open your
Sricharan from Hyderabad.
camera?
Uh, I already video.
Yeah, sure.
Already I completed my MCA in the year 2002,
Okay.
and in India, actually I'm planning for some MS program, which is maybe a technical or a research kind of. So I want to do masters or PhD or doctorate or some research program. So is there any scope for me? I have 20 plus years of experience in Unix administration in the area of cloud, virtualization, security.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you have work experience, then definitely it will be positive point. But I would suggest to have go for MS. not PhD. Because you know PhD will take more than 5 years, right? 6 years, 7 years, we don't know. That is very frustrating and
I'm ready
depressing
for
sometimes.
MS, sir.
Uh,
If you can let me know any of the options for MS. In this only you covered bachelor's, no? And I need to
Okay,
go through the.
so we
no, we
okay,
covered
so we are
bachelor's,
just
master's,
starting our
PhD
process
both.
within 2-3 days, and
I
if you are
understand your
interested, you can
point, but
WhatsApp me.
yeah,
First of
my
all,
suggestion would be
what
to go for
have
masters, and
just call
masters it will be
for
very
just
easy for you
call
to
you
get
only,
admission because you
and
have
please
I
20.
did
contact
my
with us.
bachelor's
We are
in the
giving
year
some discount for July. If
1999
you
with
join
maths,
in July,
physics, and
we are
computer
giving
science.
good discount.
It's fine,
Because
but
from
you have more
August
than 20
the
years of
costing will be
job
more because
experience,
there in
right?
case there will
That is
be
very
more
positive.
student and more application. So July is the same time. We are Yeah, we have a structure. We have a structure. We will guide you in the code to Python process. So we will guide you about that tomorrow if I can. So just WhatsApp us your name and we can guide you as per our program. Okay. Anyone? Mhm. Okay. Any other doubt?
Any cost to your company? Yeah, anything we have to pay? Can we pay to a company?
Any other one? If anyone want to ask something, you can ask to Viplov because Viplov is from India and he's from my IIT. So you can ask him about any type of query you have for bachelor, for master, for PhD, any type of query you can ask to Viplov.
So, so basically,
In the English,
today's presentation was to show different technical point of view of Taiwan, different opportunities, and what is the system of Taiwan. So, for detail, I mean cost and fee structure, please contact with Swagata. He will clarify.
So, thank you.
yeah, yeah. Just
So,
unmute your mic and ask your question.
so yeah. So basically, you can ask in any language. So please be clarified. Hindi, English, anything
Okay,
is
so
fine. And regarding my background, I have done my bachelor's and masters in IITs, bachelor's in one state government college, and then part of my PhD was done in IIT, and part of my PhD is done my Taiwan. And then after that, last 3 years, I'm working in one semiconductor company in Taiwan. So basically, this is my background. Yeah, please, Sam, please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you so much for this session. Actually, I got disconnected due to some network issue. I have dropped my message in the chat box also. So, actually, I'm looking for PhD. I have completed my master recent in 2023, October 2023, and I do have a good CGPA in my BSc and also in MSc. So, my question is uh, how much scholarship will I get on the basis of my CGPA, and what about the stipend? Will I get it or not?
Yeah, of course. Let me clarify your suggestion, your questions. So regarding scholarship, so generally what I found in last 5 years for be it masters or PhD, you don't need to borrow anything from your home. So in PhD, students get sufficient amount of money to spend on themselves. Apart from that, they have some good savings. So that is what I can say about PhD. The exact amount I cannot say because it depends upon which kind of scholarship you are applying for and which type of scholarship you will get, and also it depends on different universities. So the exact amount I cannot say, but generally it's more than 20,000 NTD to around 35,000 NTD. So 20,000 NTD means around 60,000 INR. I'm talking about PhD, and for masters generally 10,000 to 20,000 NTD. entity is Taiwanese dollar. So 10,000
Just
Taiwan dollar means
just
almost
I just want to
30,000
say
INR.
something because
So
we
basically,
have
the point
just
is that
started
you don't need
the
to borrow
application
anything from
for
your home.
the
And you will
second
have the
semester.
savings if you
So what we
particularly
are offering to you,
pursuing
we are
PhD.
offering a
And
complete
master
package
students,
for studying
generally
abroad.
savings is
We will
not
process
possible
your all
because
queries.
the
We will
scholarship amount is little less
shortlist your
and the
university as
course
per your
fee
background,
and semester
your
fee is
requirement,
higher
your
compared to
financial
PhD.
ability, your
But
score, and your
the
future
scholarship
intention
amount
or future
will
goals.
be
So
sufficient
the
to stay
university selection
by
is
your
a
own.
major process.
But
After
I
that,
would
we
suggest
will make
to
your
go
profile,
for
we will make
MS
your SOP
because
and all
that
those
is my
things. We will help
personal
you
point of view
make your CV
because
and all those things. And we
PhD
will
will
also
take
give your all profile
5 6 years of
to the
time.
for application.
If
That
you are
means you will apply
genuinely
to
not
Bihar.
convinced
So
to
you don't have to do
study,
anything. We will do all these things
please
for you.
don't go for
And
PhD. PhD
at
is
the
not
last,
that
when you
you will
get the
spend time there.
acceptance letter,
PhD is very
get to get the
I
visa
mean
and all those
maybe
things. So
depressing,
it's
maybe
a one
frustrating at some
complete
point of
package
time.
for you.
So if you are not
And
good in
after
study,
getting the
if
visa,
you
why
don't
not?
like to
We are
study,
still
please
with
don't
you. And
go
in
for
Taiwan also,
PhD.
if you
If you want to get
need
job,
something,
please go
we
for
can help
MS.
you
It will be
and
much
we'll help
easier
you
to
for
get
your entire
jobs
career also.
after MS.
So
And
it's not
also
a
MS
one-time
is
training
two
or
years of
just
time.
a
And in
admission
Taiwan,
or
most of
set
the
of courses.
companies they prefer
So we
master
worked in
students
Taiwan for
because
5 or 6
PhD
years
students they need to
and
pay a lot
everyone
of
has
money.
a good
So
experience
they
there.
prefer master
Especially
students
the main
where
experience we
they
have on the
need to pay
part-time job
little
and the
amount of
market
time and
situation
lot of
where you
vacancies are
can
there in
get
master
the
students. So
good job,
from my
which
point of
university
view,
will
you
be
should
best for
study
your
for
job,
you
which
should go
course
for
will be best for
masters.
you,
But
which
still, if you
course
are
is suitable
interested
for
to
you
go
for
for
your
PhD,
future,
then it's fine.
and
It's
which
your
course
choice.
will be
We will
suitable for
suggest
an
or we
Indian
will help
ends
whatever
of
we
the time.
can.
It is the most important thing because if you think that
Yes, sir. Actually,
you are going to
I don't
Taiwan
know
and you
much
will get
about
job there
how to apply
alone
for
and
these
your focus and
scholarships
knowledge,
and
it will not help
and
you
all. So,
because in
would you
Taiwan the
please
situation
guide
is
me,
not like India.
like for
There
applying
is some requirement, there
scholarships?
is some
Yeah,
criteria,
definitely we will guide
and we are
everything.
going
If you
for some
study,
time.
I
So
mean,
you have to
applying
be in
for
such place that you have to
universities
be in
to
such
apply
situation,
for
and you go
scholarship,
to a
we'll do
university for
everything.
specially is in such
And
universities
we
based on
will
the city
notify you
or
which
city.
university
In
is
Taiwan,
good
we
for
also
you.
provide
And
Taiwan
also,
scholarship if
you
you are
should
good PR
you
and
should
also if you are
do
good
survey by your
university.
own so that you will have
So we are
understanding,
just here.
right?
Yeah,
So we'll do all those things on behalf of you.
Thank you so much.
Anyone? Yes, please. And another point I missed maybe. So regarding scholarship opportunities. So here in Taiwan, there are a lot of semiconductor companies, not just semiconductor
Anyone to raise
companies,
query because we are just
all kind of
starting the
companies.
process.
So they basically offer a
Is
huge
going
number
to
of
repeat it. So if
scholarship
you are
during
guiding
summer
Taiwan,
break
please
and
contact us
semester
immediately.
summer break and winter
Because
break. So many Indian
today we are
students
just
and Taiwan
checking
students
the
they apply
application
and they
and
do
who's coming to
scholarship
Taiwan.
in
So
those
if,
periods.
if
So scholarship
get this
amount is
picture
also very
and
good. So
once you
I
take the
know
call.
many Indian students
So
who basically
we are just giving some
have a good savings using
discount
those
for if you are
scholarship.
interested in this guy
I
because
mean
I am calling
internship
again
scholarship,
from others.
internship
The
amount.
branch will be there.
So that is
So
also very
wait for
good
August.
point. You
If you want
you can look
yourself
up
to
that.
Taiwan in 2026
So
February, you
I
stay there.
think few person
Yes, there is.
has
Of course, there is
asked few
possibility. Yes.
questions in the chat
So
box.
just
So
WhatsApp the
Tasneem
number.
Kausar
WhatsApp
is
your
asked
details
for masters. Yeah,
to
masters.
our number.
Most
We
of the
will give
Indian
the
students
offer
they prefer
for
to
July also.
study
We are
masters in
giving
Taiwan.
some discount,
So there are a lot of
5% discount.
opportunities,
So you can
admission
take
as
it
well
now
as
and take
scholarship
some
opportunities for
contact with me tomorrow.
masters. So I think you can share your details, interest and
TOEFL for
ideas, or
for
if you
everyone.
have any
TOEFL is mandatory. I
suggestions
can say TOEFL is mandatory
to
for
show over
everyone.
that,
But TOEFL is not mandatory
you will do
for
up
a
to that,
master's
and
or
I
PhD.
will definitely
A1 will be enough for
will be
masters
here.
and PhD.
And
So if you are
another
going
point is
for
that this
bachelor's, that's
admission
totally
process
fine.
is
I
not
know it's
just
not mandatory.
one time or one
MOI will
week
help
process.
in
This
that.
is very
But
lengthy
we
process.
prefer
Maybe
bachelor's to
4 months, 5 months, or even
with
six
TOEFL
months. So
because it
we
will
will be there for
enhance your
each
chance
and every
and
steps
it
or
will enhance your
every time. So don't worry
opportunity
about
to
that.
get the boost
So
in
whatever you
knowledge.
feel or whatever you want to do, please let
I
us
have
know. We
masters
will
in
share
finance and
our
master and
inputs,
PhD.
our
Yeah, you can go for
suggestions,
masters
and
and
you are
PhD.
free to
But
do.
And
And
as
another
per
person,
our
Devendra Singh, he has
suggestion,
asked
you can
about,
say
tell me
you
about
have
MBA
to learn
options.
Chinese there.
Yeah, MBA option is
Because if you
also
are
a
going for
good thing.
finance,
But one
finance
bad
with MBA
or
with Taiwanese
disadvantage will
system,
be that
you have to learn
MBA
Chinese. So be prepared to be
needs
there in
Chinese
Chinese
proficiency to
language.
get a job after
So if
getting
you learn Chinese there,
MBA
finance is a
degree.
good
So better
opportunity.
if you want to get a good
Okay.
job,
So
please
anyone else?
try for masters in
So
other stream.
anyone else?
Don't go for MBA because learning
Yeah.
Chinese is not so easy. That is my experience. It's a little difficult. But if you
Okay,
have
so I
MBA
have just
degree
one
with
answer again. The
Chinese
question, Sundar
proficiency,
is asking
it
success
will
rate of
be very
student visa.
easy to get
Success rate
jobs.
of student visa in Taiwan is 100%
So
because in
please remember
Taiwan,
this.
Japan, and South Korea, the student visa don't the immigration don't deny any visa if you
Do
have
help us in
any
getting
letter
hostel or
or certificate
dorms.
from the university.
Hostel and
So
dorms
don't worry
basically
about
it will
student
be
visa, but
assigned
we are
to your
assuring you
college. So your
100%
college
student visa
will
success
provide you
because you have
dorm
100%
and
student visa success because student
hostel.
is
So
not like
all
you.
the Indian students
Okay,
they
so
stay in
if you have
dormitories. So
the letter
don't
of
need to worry
acceptance with
about
you,
this.
you will be getting
But
the
I
100%
know
visa.
many PhD students
Okay.
who are getting good scholarship. They are
See,
staying
last, can you
outside
ask your question now?
their own
See,
flats
the
and studio apartment. That basically it's not a big problem. But generally, Indian students prefer to stay in dorm because that dorm is being provided by school or universities who don't need to provide anything. Regarding the health in Taiwan, whatever information you want, we'll share. Don't worry about this one. Is there any racism in Taiwan? Racism in Taiwan, whatever I experienced in last 5 years, I would say no, because if you see in India, I am from West Bengal, so when I went from West Bengal to Delhi, I faced much more problem than whatever I felt in Taiwan in last 5 years. So, and obviously there are some good points or bad points in every society, every culture. Like even in India, do North Indian accept South India? No, right? Similarly, South Indian people they don't accept North India. So
yeah,
this
Samar.
kind of mentality is there in everywhere, but racism I never faced in Taiwan.
Mr. Sarma has asked a good question. So, what is the chances
Regarding
of
part-time
getting
job,
PR in Taiwan?
part-time job, yeah, one part-time job is that internship. During summer break and winter break, many Indian students they do internship.
Okay.
From there.
So,
They get a
very,
lot
very
of amount
easy.
of money. And apart from part-time job, other part-time jobs are there, like in convenience stores or in restaurants. You need to take care about billing
We are
and
doing.
those things. You don't need to do. I mean, that
Okay. The Manish is asking which IT course can place.
blue collar job, those things. No, you need to do those billings and accounting, those things. There are a lot of those part-time jobs. So if you want, you can do that. But mostly Indian students they prefer to stay based on their scholarship amount. Am I clear?
So data training, you have to be familiar with programming all those type. So there is no such thing. So Nikin is asking that Chinese language is a part of business course. So anyone have any other queries? So if you have any other question, you can write it down in WhatsApp also. So you all have with our WhatsApp number. So you are all connected with us in WhatsApp. So if you want to for make it forward, so you just make a decision and start the application within July. Okay, and we are actually so and and another thing, I will ask the people with the most important thing the student are asking. What is the chance of getting 100% scholarship in Taiwan as an Indian student if I have good experience, engineering degree or science degree or arts or commerce, anything, and I have no gap, or if I have gap, I have experience to show. So what is the chance of getting 100% scholarship? It is the main thing of the monetary thing. The scholarship is the main thing the students are asking in ourselves. So what is the chance of Indian student?
So, sir, I have so after adding in Taiwan, can you move to any other country with the Taiwanese? I'm mostly sir. So, my question is, like, after adding the Taiwan, is there any chance of getting moved to any other country, South Korea or one? This, and is there a value for the degrees from Thailand and other countries, or like what grade we get to later on?
So
So whatever maximum that generally Indian students they start the career in Taiwan, different companies in Taiwan. Later they move to different countries, maybe Singapore. Mostly they prefer to go either Singapore or want to back to India. I found very few Indians who basically went to Korea or Japan. Maybe they went for 1 week, 2 weeks, that's fine, but not for 1 day. Generally, why you would like to go Japan or Korea? Mostly they prefer to go other states like US, Europe. So if you have option to
so
go
I
there,
have
then I think that will better, right? Or if you want to stay in,
so I have to add
move
something.
back to India, then also
So
those
I
family
have
and
to add
those things.
something.
So I don't see any Indian
We
students
have
who
just
went to
sent
Korea or Japan, but
we have
mostly
just
they
all the students
went to
received
either US,
till now.
Euro or
They have
Singapore,
got
or
all
they
they
went
have
back
got
India. So
100%.
that is how I
This is
check.
our achievement. So all the students
Completed.
we have got the
Oh,
fall semester this September. So the fall semester is just gone. So all the students they have got 100% scholarship. They have lagged with their CV. They don't have any experience with them, but
So
they have
after
managed to get the
if
scholarship.
you work
It is
for
a
3 years,
different
you'll get PR.
it is a different
So
class from the other consultants because we very much focus on the scholarship. very much focus on that. You will get admission in
Yeah,
Taiwan, any
very
college,
much.
but you will
Very
not get the right college with the right scholarship. Admission in Taiwan is not so hard. You can
But
do
you
it
not
by
get
yourself,
citizens.
but you will not get the
Small
scholarship.
places they don't give
Because for
citizens.
scholarship, we have to go
But
through
here
the
it
processes,
is very easy.
and we have to okay, we need have a good connection with the professor from the past. So we have this connection with the professor. So
I think
that
was a
makes sense
great
that
programming.
every student
Sorry,
we
I'm not sure about this because I am not at
just
clarity.
got
But what I
ourselves have to
there
advance
are
ourselves.
good progress and
And their
everybody's
profile is
want to
not so
see.
great. They are from 70%
They,
68%. They also have 78%.
yeah, your that's answered it.
Some of the students
IT is
got
not
stuck.
popular in Taiwan. I prefer more about AI and data science. Programming is not a big issue now, right? If you're programming any kind of programming, ChatGPT within a second. Yes, yes. Translation is compulsory in all kind of courses, be it bachelor's, master's, PhD. You need to complete
So just
significant
now
number of
I
Chinese
was
courses during
showing
your
something.
program. So
So
it will be part of your program
technical
definitely. But
science
thing is
courses.
that learning one language is not only your
We
career,
have
it's
not
mostly
covered
your
all the students.
interest. If you
So
interest,
they are
you speak
just what this
Taiwanese, you will
who
get
has
know, you will
got
have that
admission into
conversations.
university,
If you don't have
who
interest to
scholarship
speak aside
and
or
is
stay
who
within
has
yourself,
also got.
it doesn't
But
matter how
not, he has
course you
not
will
got
take,
till now. He
which
has
course
opportunity
you
to
take
get 50 or
particular.
100%.
There are two
He won't
advantages.
get
Any language you
50%.
to speak
So these are just
or
two
their
people.
local
We have not
it will be more
completed our
useful
side.
to
So
have
they
some
both
conversation.
are from computer
What
science.
have I found that
We
those
are
who
from IT,
study
science or
Chinese in their
electronics, all
bachelor
things we
masters
study.
PhD, very few of them have good
In group
knowledge or
study,
they
we
can
have
speak
also
Chinese.
students. We have
But
both
those
the
who
occasional the
literally
study. We have
they
got
want to explore
admission
themselves
into
or want
course.
to talk with
So
people, or people go
just
outside
be with
initially,
us
you get
if you want to
but after
learn
5 6
much
months they will
and
have basic conversations.
just take your decision right
That
now
is more important, I think.
and let's start the
And
process.
one more thing, if you have
All
knowledge about
all
Chinese, you will get easily. If you have, if you can speak Chinese or can have this conversation Chinese, you will get out within 1 to 2 months. So that is basically good, bad, or career. But most of the students, they only have ability without Chinese proficiency. That's why they are difficult to get job. But those who have a big conversation skill with MB, it's very good. I want to know about postdoctoral program in English literature. English literature, I need to search about it. So I'll get back to you. But because most of the postdoc candidates they are either in science stream or engineering stream, I never found anyone who is doing postdoc in English literature. So I need to search about it and I will get back to you. I think so, sir. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. So I don't think anyone have any question right now. If you need this presentation recording, I can give you all.
That's
So
important.
just ping me in the WhatsApp so that I can share
So
the recording.
suppose you have
And
work experience, good
another
marks,
issue with
another one that is
this
proficiency
July,
certificate.
because
If you have
August
filed
will
it
be
or
will be
FL,
late entry.
then I would say you have
So
100%
we are
chance
just
of getting initially good college as well as
July.
getting good scholarship.
So that
But if you
so
have
we can start
suppose
the
you have a
application
bad
process.
academic result, that means not so
So
well
if you want to know about
still will get
this
admission, but
season
maybe scholarship
and
won't
the
will
process
not
we
get.
are
That's
offering
my
to you,
experience.
the
That's what I
service we are offering to you,
what I
just
experienced.
WhatsApp
That means it
your
differs on
number
person. If
so
you
that we can
will say
okay.
70%
So
bachelor is good
good
marks,
night to all.
if you say 90% is good marks, so
And
my understanding is that if you have 8 CPA, that means 10 is a good marks. So based on that, you can prepare yourself.